Hey, it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about Tyler Perry's Sisters, Season 4, Episode 3, Pleasantries. And yeah, I'll be honest, this episode was okay to me. It wasn't it wasn't as exciting as last week's episode was, but it was okay. I think some of the parts were a little bit slow for me, but we'll get into that in a minute. For those of you who have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, come on and take a moment and subscribe now. Hit the little subscribe button, and if you would like to be notified every time I upload a new video, also hit that notification bell, and it'll definitely take you back to me every time. Also, while you're there, take a moment and hit the like button after you watch the video. Hit the like button or before you watch it, whichever. And hit the write a comment. Write a comment. Leave a comment so we know how you're feeling about the show as well. Because everybody has an opinion, so why not share yours? And speaking of share my video as well. Now that we got all of those pleasantries out the way, I had to use that one. Let's begin. So it starts with Danny. She's showing up at the salon with Preston is there, about to go out on a date. Karen called her up and let her know without any facts or proof of anything or information. But she called her up and she happened to be right. It was her Preston. But um, he goes into this, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, you look surprised to see me. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, why do what? You come here? Yes, dear, I get my hair done here all the time. What did she say? Sweetie, darling, whatever. I was like, girl, please. No, you don't. And she start with you looking good. You got your honky tonk boots on and your going out dungarees and your hold down jacket. And I said, she's starting with the stereotypical uh innuendos, saying things that's like, come on, Danny. Why can't you just say you look nice and leave it at that? You got to call them honky tonk and all the dungarees and hold down. All of that stuff, just it wasn't necessary. And then she goes, speaking of hold down, and goes over towards the girl. That was rude. That was very rude. And Preston told her she was being rude because she started asking questions that was none of his business, and then says, speaking of hold down, she walks over to the girl, and I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Why you calling her a hoe? She ain't no hoe just because you don't know her and she going out with Preston. Now she a hoe. So the girl is like flinging her little fingers like, hello, like, am I missing something? And Danny's like, yeah, I just need to talk to him for a minute or whatever. She was like, just a little minute. She's like, the girl was basically like letting her know, yeah, don't take too long because we going out. And Danny was like, what? Kind of like, and I was like, you know what, Danny, first of all, you shouldn't be there holding them up in the first place. So she asked to go in the back to speak to him in the office. But before that, she goes, he said, are you okay? Is something wrong with you? And he goes, and no, I'm sorry. He said, are you okay, Danny? Is something wrong with you? And she was like, Karen, does something look like it's wrong with me? And he said, Karen? Oh, your friend Karen. Oh, okay. He put the pieces together and he shook her hand again, saying, oh, nice to meet you. But in the meantime, now Karen turns back around because she was hiding, kind of in the background after what she did. So all of a sudden, Preston, I didn't like how Preston was almost like cowering. Cowering is the word? Yeah. Like he was not knowing how to talk. I wanted him to talk the way he was talking when he left her apartment, saying, this is BS and lose my damn number. That's what I wanted to hear, that Preston come out. And he asked her, you being kind of, and I asked her, told her, you're being kind of rude right now. And she said, I agree. That's when she wanted to go in the back and talk. And when they go in the back and talk, she ushers the girl over there to pay with Pam. But I'm sitting there going, Karen, this is messy. And then you got Pam getting all in the middle of it, and she's telling Pam to mind her business. Pam ain't gonna mind her business. If Pam is in your business, she gonna be in their business too. Pam and everybody business in that damn salon, especially if they standing by her desk. And that's where they were. Don't stand by Pam's desk and think she ain't gonna get in it now, girl. So they get into Karen's office and he's like, so what's up? And she said, well, you going on a date? And he said, yeah, I am. And she said, I'm supposed to know that. We doing that now. I'm supposed to know. He said, we're not together, Danny. See, he was more a little direct in the office. He was trying to be nice out, I guess, with all the clients out there. And she was like, well, I thought we were trying to fix this or something. He said, no, you didn't tell me. You told me just how you felt. He said, now tell me again. Tell me again how you felt. She was like, I just sure we was going to try to fix it. You walked out while I was trying to touch you. He's like, no, Danny, no. He was like, this is crazy. Oh no, don't call me crazy. He said, you're not listening. I didn't call you crazy. I said, this is crazy. I hate when people get that mixed up too. A lot of people do that. And she's like, look, black women don't like being sitting around talking about cows all day long and stuff like that. He said, she does. He's like, really? He said, yeah, she a veterinarian. She loves talking about cows. He said, matter of fact, she know more about cows than I do. She said, wow, I find that hard. I can't believe that. I didn't think that was possible or something like that. She made some comment. But you see the little comments and how Danny was handling it. You see, I don't know. Anyway, what else happened? He was saying how confused he was about, why is this happening? And she's like, what? And he's like, this. Like, basically, why do you have me here? So anyway, they ended up leaving, and he said, look, I'll call you later. I said, why? Why are you gonna call him later? He said, but before he did that, he left. He said, you need to find out which piece of me you want, because I don't come in pieces. So if she don't want the whole piece, then she need to leave him alone. And I said, that was a good one, Preston. Very good. So Karen comes back in the office after he leaves, and she's like, Karen, why you do this? Why you want to do, why you going to do this? She said, what? She said, I was just trying to, she said, I was going to call you back and apologize anyway. No. Why are you doing this? She said, I just thought you would want to know. She said, oh, so that's what she said. You always tell me about Zach and everything and the things with Zach and when he's with Fatima. She said, oh, so we getting even here? That's what we're doing now? And she's like, no. She said, I just thought you would want to know. And then the next thing, all of a sudden, she come out of her mind talking about Zach. Zach may have hooked him up because when he first got out, he worked in a clinic. So maybe he talked to Preston and he hooked him up with it. But then in the same breath, you go, but they met at a gas station. We all know they met at a gas station. So how is Zach hooking them up and they meeting in a damn gas station? I have no idea why they put Zach's name in it, but Zach ain't got jack to do with it, and that was totally ridiculous. Zach don't even talk to people like that. Matter of fact, we see Zach don't even have, we don't see him with no male friends, to be honest. But anyway, so, where was I? So Danny leaves all pissed because all of a sudden she's like, see, so you knew all the time. She was like, so you knew, Karen, that Zach did this and da-da-da. And she said, I didn't know. She said, yeah, you knew. You know what? I'm getting out of here. And I said, see, the tables have turned because that's what Karen was doing to everybody, thinking everybody knew already about Fatima. Andy knew already, and this one knew. Did you know? That Fatima was supposed to know that Zach was her man, ex-man. No, nobody knew, but the tables were turned, and that's how Danny was treating her. So she walked out, and what she do? She called Fuego, asking him what he's doing. Where is he? He said, I'm in Atlanta. She said, what you doing tonight? And he said, I don't know, so let me know if you want to come over. I'll be home. He was like, okay, fine, and then next thing she goes to who is it? Sabrina's house. And she goes to Sabrina and shows up and she started doing that negative talking about Calvin. After Calvin asked her to stop doing that and give her a chance, that Sabrina hears what you're doing. But I think Sabrina did call her on a couple of things tonight or said something about it, like, stop it, Danny, stop it. Danny goes there and wants to drink, wants to smoke, and then she finally tells what happened at the salon. And she goes, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere it comes, Karen thinks Zach did it. I was like, what? How in the world is Zach getting mixed up in this messy ass Karen? Messy Karen is putting Zach in it. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. But like I said, if Karen was a friend, she would have gotten proof first. She would have had proof. She would have had facts. She would have had to ask a judge. You can't be accusing people or saying things and you don't have no proof of it. She have no proof that this guy was Preston. She happened to be right, but she didn't have any proof. And without facts and information and knowledge, it's being messy. Y'all can say she wanted to be a friend if you want, but friends don't start mess. You cause a relationship to break up when you do stuff like that. That's why you have to know the facts before you call that other person. Hello? Am I wrong? Let me know down in the comment section. But back to Sabrina's house, where all of a sudden Zach's name is brought up, and it's ridiculous. And here comes Danny. Oh man, Zach betrayed me. You know Zach is always starting drama and making Karen jealous. Oh yeah, they both going back and forth, her and Sabrina. I said, what? Karen, I was like, I was totally confused by this. Totally confused. I don't know how his name got thrown up in there. He don't know nothing. Not one thing. So I don't know why TP put this in there, but it's a little bit strange to me. Then we got Zach coming home from the house. I'm sorry. Let me just say, then they left Sabrina's apartment because Sabrina had to go to Calvin's house to meet there. And she gets to Calvin's house with that craziness. And the Calvin, who was it? Maurice and Laz, what's his name? Laz were there. And they were hitting it off because they were both the same, and they start talking about men and other things. And Sabrina showed up and they're like, oh, hi, Sabrina. How nice of you to be here, Calvin. And them. They supposedly set it up. It was just that scene was probably like a filler scene. They didn't really need that scene for whatever reason, but she came over and met the guy, and Maurice talked to the guy about kissing. Why you kissing him on the lips? We always kissed on the lips, on the mouth. He was like, that's disgusting. That's nasty. You nasty. He said, it is. It's bad. Oh my God. I was laughing. And then what else happened on this episode? Zach comes home and Fatima cooked and stuff, and Zach wasn't hungry, and he's just like looking at her, and she was like, what's up and stuff. And he was like, are you really that girl? She's like, yeah, I love to cook. He said, no, that girl that did what you did to Hayden, had done to Hayden. Are you really that girl? She said, yeah, well, hey, she said, what gets me is I did all of this for you, but then you were willing, she said, what really turned me on is that you were willing to take the rap for me. He said, yeah, I do that for you, baby. I do that for you. He said, I ain't trying to have you go down for nothing. He said, I will take that rap. I said, wow, I really like that. I really like that love that they have for each other. It was really nice. It was really nice. So then he tried to act like he wanted to know about these dudes, that she got that will come and mess somebody up for her and stuff. And she's like, that we're not going to speak about. She said, it's confidentiality. I said, I hear you, Fatima. That's right. Because if he mess up, she got somebody to whoop him up too. So he better check that. She was like, you think I work around all these dudes that been in jail and they not going to ride or die for me? I said, oh yeah, come on now, Fatima. So he was talking about, she said, you better be all in with this, I guess his feelings for her. And she was like, no, he said feelings for her is somewhere between scared and in love, because he was scared to watch out the power she had to get people beat up, but he in love with that. It excites him and stuff, I guess, so I thought they make a good little couple, I think. But then, Zach goes, he tell him he not hungry. The only food he wanted was, I guess, between her legs, and that's what happened. That's what went down. Went downtown, and then when he finished up being downtown, he said he go and play basketball. She's like, it's 10 o'clock at night, and she started acting funny. And he said, every time you look away and start that looking away stuff, I know something's wrong. Talk to me. What's going on? and her insecurities kick in because who goes to play basketball at 10 at night, especially when you ain't never mentioned a basketball to her in your life. All the time you've been together, you've never mentioned basketball, playing basketball. He explained that he's usually was working 2 jobs or whatever, and now that his time has freed up, he have time to play. So, but she was like still feeling some kind of way. And then she wanted to go with him to the basketball. And he was like, no, you're not going. And I need you to trust me. Look in my eyes. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. He kept on that. And he said, I need you to trust me. It's the way I trust you. Come on. So that's what happened. But as we see in next week's episode, Karen calls Aaron and they out there playing basketball. And he says, Gary's there too. So if Gary's there too, who knows? He might be, that might be who Zach is meeting up with. And I think that's great because as y'all seen, and what's this, episode 4, we ain't seen one male friend Zach have. What male friends does Zach have? We haven't seen that. And TP has to give Zach a male friend or two. He needs it so the men could talk about the women the way the women talk about the men. It's only fair. It's only right. Am I wrong about this? No, I ain't wrong about this. This is right. So then we have Karen, who arrives at Andy's apartment. Andy tried to offer her drink. Karen don't want to drink. Well, you don't want to drink. I'm driving. Then she tried to offer her the pen to smoke the weed. I ain't never seen Andy with a pen before. You a damn attorney. What you smoking weed? What you doing smoking weed? You know, what's her name just works at the airport. You know, ain't nobody, I don't know how much drug testing you do over there, but well, they might not drug test in the attorney's office either, but I'm shocked. I ain't never seen her with a pen, but I've always only seen, like I said, Danny. So anyway, she didn't want none of that. She said, why you don't want none? What's going on? You know, is the preaching man? Is the preaching man? No, it ain't. She said, but we taking a break right now. And she's like, really? Why? She said, I do kind of miss him. Then call him. You should call him. No, I'm not going to call him. But why tell me, y'all. Somebody tell me down in the comment section why Karen won't tell Andy. Why she haven't told the girls that she pregnant? It's already the next day. You at the house alone with her. Why haven't you told her? And then you taking a break from Aaron. You need to tell Aaron. So then Andy's going, wait a minute. So you just don't want to, if you missing Aaron and you don't want to call him, hold up. Don't get mad at me for this now. Are you trying to save yourself for her? No, I'm not trying to save myself for Zach. I'm not doing that. I got to let go of Zach the same way you got to let go of Gary. She said, no, I'm not going to keep Gary. You know, just because he gave me no car don't mean anything. They going to go out there and drive the damn car with all of those bags still in the back seat with the convertible roof down. Hello? You driving with a convertible at night, a $500,000 car. Anybody could roll up on you with a gun and take you for everything because your dumb butt got all that stuff sitting in the back seat. It don't make sense. But she's like, I'm going to take that car back to him. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it back to him in the morning. Karen said, okay, you want me to drive it? I'll drive it back there. She said, yeah. She said, oh, maybe we could drive it once. You want to drive it once? And Karen's the one that jumped up and said, yeah, let's go drive it. No, but first she did say about you think he got a tracker on it? And they said, knowing him, yeah, there's probably a tracker on it. There's a tracker. But she was like, would you think so? She said, but we could just drive it one time, right? We could do that. And Karen was down. Come on, let's go. But I think she was deflecting. She didn't want to sit up in there while Andy kept asking her about why she not doing this and why she not doing that. So she could take the questioning off of herself, move Andy's thought process from Karen to a $500,000 vehicle. Thank you. So they go out driving this vehicle, and what happened? They get pulled over by the popo, and he's like, get out of the car. Get out of the car. You too, miss. But I dig that car. Did you see how the doors open? I was like, you better stop. The car is all the way bad. That car is all that and then some. I couldn't even believe it. I love the way the doors open. And then when they get out, she get on the side with Andy. Karen walks on the side with Andy. And 3 other police officers come out of the car. They got the lights flashing and everything. I'm like, what is going on here? And these 4 police officer proceed to singing, Gary's sorry, and he wants you back. Gary's sorry, and he wants you back. A mother freaking singing telegram disguised as police officers. I, I, I was like, what? And then when he finished the song, he hands her the phone, and Karen slap it away and says, she ain't taking that damn call. He said, she not taking it. No, she not taking it. And Andy was reaching for it. Andy wanted it. She was smiling through the whole song. Oh, he roped her in. She's like, oh, that's so sweet. It's so sweet. She said, girl, what is wrong with you? Don't you see what he's doing here? And she kept singing the song. Gary's sorry, and he wants you back. And she's smiling and giggling. And Karen told him, get your fake ass out of here. She's not taking that call. And it's against the law to impersonate a police officer. Don't you know that? She is an attorney. You don't know that? I was like, oh my gosh. Well, she yelled she's an attorney when they first were saying to get out the car. She was like, I got this, Karen. I got it. No, obviously you didn't, because you saying no instead of saying, officer, what did I do wrong or something? It was crazy. She said she knows the law, so you can't say anything. Boy, poor. Look how gullible Andy is. Oh my God. Aaron said, you falling for it. And she's like, no, I'm not. I'm going to take it. I'm going to sell the car. I said, oh. When she was upstairs, she said she was going to have it delivered to his job. Now she's deciding she's going to sell the car. So Karen's like, this is ridiculous. Take me home. I said, how's she going to take you home when your car is at her house? I thought Karen drove her car to Andy's house. So why is your car still at Andy's house? How are you going to get home? That was weird. That was weird how easily she got swayed. Anyway, what else happened on this episode? Because I told you I wasn't crazy about this episode that much. It was all right, but it wasn't like last week. Last week had me going. This week was a little slow for me. Oh, did I say Sabrina showed up at Calvin's house and they tried to act like it was a surprise? Oh, hi, what are you doing here? Hey, Maurice is sitting there going, were you responsible for this, him hooking me up with him? But it looked like him and the guy was getting having a good time together because they were alike. They both like the same type of men. So that was working in their favor. And they just kept, but like I said, I thought it was just somebody for Maurice to have company with, not so much have sex with, somebody to get his mind off of what he was going through. That's what I thought it was all about in the first place, but oh well. So they left and go to the restaurant. They're in the restaurant eating. They got their meal, and some guy comes over and he introduces himself and said, you don't remember me? I'm from this office of the bank, and you used to be over there. And she's like, oh, yes. How are you? Oh, I'm doing well now that I see you. Can I give you my number and you can call me sometime? And he's like, Calvin's like, dude, look, I'm don't you see him here? She said, oh, no, this is Calvin. This is Calvin. She hurried up and introduced him too. And he said, okay, but he still didn't care. And I was like, wait a minute. And that's when Calvin's like, I know you not being rude like this. He said, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He said, he told me I should go over and say something and convince me that you were just a friend or something, but he wanted to say gay. They were convinced that Calvin was gay. That's just what it was. But he apologized. The guy apologized a few times and went back. And Calvin sitting there letting it stir inside of him and getting upset and getting mad. And he's like, no, I'm going to say something because he just was disrespecting me. So he said something, gets up and goes over to the guy and said, yo, you need to apologize to her and all this stuff. And he was like, I did. I'm sorry. I just didn't know. We didn't know. We thought you thought what? Calvin just took it too far. And Sabrina was trying to, oh, no, I'm sorry. He's sorry. He didn't mean that. Don't apologize for me. Okay, one thing you don't do is apologize for a man. That's true. You don't do that. But she was like, what are you doing? And then he started getting loud with her. Don't you ever do it. We're in a fancy restaurant. Don't you ever start, apologizing for me. She's like, okay, Calvin, why are you talking to me like this? She's trying to calm him down and say, it's not that serious. Let it go. Let it go. And he just couldn't let it go. And he started that fight. He started that fight and pushed the guy. I think he pushed the guy first, and the guy, they was walking away. They was trying not to have nothing to go on, and he just had to start a fight. And it looked like he about to get his ASAP sap whooped again. He looked like he getting whooped and beat. I was like, why would you start something? You can't come out with that lace floral blouse on with the suspenders and think somebody ain't gonna think, they gonna go Prince on you. And I love Prince, but Prince he was a metrosexual. He had women clothes too. Prince was, ooh, I love me some Prince, man. And I met him too, man. Anyway, I mean, that was this episode. Y'all let me know how y'all felt, what y'all thought about the episode. I just was like, I'm on the fence about it. I'll be honest. This your girl, Barbie J, saying peace.